Lord of the Rings Gollum. What is going on with this game? I don't even know. This video wasn't even meant to be like this. I was going to do a proper first impressions, do a Steam Deck like settings video and all that stuff. But there's just no point. Just don't even buy this game. Just don't do it. And that makes me really sad to say, because if you know me on this channel, I've been waiting for this game for years. This game was meant to come out in 2021, 2 years ago, and it got delayed, and then went silent and got nothing, and then Nacon just went, oh yeah, it's coming out now. And I was a bit like, what? And me and AJ talked about this on our podcast channel, and I said, there's something about it that just feels a little bit like a tech demo, and I think it's gonna suck. And that's coming from someone who loves Lord of the Rings and wanted it to succeed, even though nobody asked for this game. The game is now out, and you absolutely should not buy it for full price. Seriously, this game is ridiculous. I don't even know where to start. It is that bad. So straight away, the performance is all over the place. So you're going to be seeing footage from the Steam Deck, but also from an RTX 3080. And that struggled. There was so many frame dips. There was complete stuttering in terms of just black screen for a second. Like the game would just freeze for multiple seconds, even in cutscenes, and then come back. We have jagged polygons around Gollum's head for no reason, where the lighting, his head is glowing, but it's just pixelated. It's just really strange. There's freaking whole scenes in the game where their facial animations don't even work. There's random voice acting that comes up in subtitles, but you don't hear it. All of the audio in the game is absolutely screwed. So you've got huge cutscene bits, and it's mixed so quietly that it just doesn't hit right. There's no impact because the audio is so quiet in comparison to the normal gameplay. So you're getting chased by a wraith, right? And you would have thought they would pump it up and have it real beefed out because the music really makes that kind of scene. Nah. Let's drop it down to minus 20 decibels so you can hardly hear it and you feel no sense of dread. And then when you cut back into the game, it's really loud again. And you're like, what? Everything is just really random. There's no sound effects for stuff. When you die, you get clobbed over the head or anything like that. There's no sound effect. You just get an orc go, start talking, but then it cuts it off because it says you're dead. So you don't even really get to hear what they're saying. Gollum's walking around and doing stuff, and you can't even hear certain sound effects for things that are happening environmentally. I had no sense of wanting to talk to the NPCs. There's people in cages and stuff, and you just kind of go up and start talking to them for no reason and no benefit. So I found myself just not talking to anybody because I didn't care. There was no reason to do that. It was so randomly put together. The controls are absolutely terrible. The second you start the game and you'll start going around, the controls just suck. They really, really do. You cannot time his jumps. His jumps are so randomly sporadic. They're all over the place. And I don't even know what to do with it. You can jump up and then start moving the direction, and he will float left and right, in the space. So you can jump and then kind of shift his position. It's is he levitating or something? It's so weird. One time you think you're going to actually do a small jump, he will leap miles. And then other times you're trying to do stuff and the controls just won't respond at all. Sometimes you appear out of a cave or something, right? You've crawled through an area, you stand up and you think you're stood up, but then you go to move the controls and you just jump off the cliff. And you're like, what? I didn't even press anything like that. The controls are absolutely terrible. The graphics are really weird as well, because some areas actually look all right. Some areas look okay, at least when I was playing on the 3080, right? On my proper PC. And it looked all right in some areas. The character models don't look great. Gollum looks weird. His facial animations are weird. It's just all over the place. And then other areas you go to, and then it looks terrible. And you're like, what are you... I don't understand what is going on in this game. It's very, very linear. And if you know me, I'm totally cool with linear games. I love all styles of games, but I actually really like linear games when they're done right. I wouldn't say this is done right. It just feels wrong. Oh, and going back to like the music and the sound effects and stuff, there was this one quest where you had to crawl through these caves right near the beginning, and you have to crawl through these caves, light a barrel, and they're trying to make a big thing about it, like get away from these barrels before they explode. So you crawl through, which some of them were a pain in the ass anyway, but you crawl through, you light these barrels on, and then you've got like a few seconds before it blows up. The thing blows up. Obviously, you're already trying to leave. The thing blows up. You're halfway away from it back to the start. And then the music kicks in as if there's danger. Like it starts pumping it up as if something else is going to happen. But really, I think it's delayed to the fact that that music should have happened the second you lit the thing, but it doesn't. So you're like halfway back thinking, well, there's no like reason to do this. I didn't even feel like threatened. And then the music starts coming up to say, okay, you need to leave. It's like, well, I'm already well out of the blast radius. Like, I'm not going to be affected by this. And then you come out and then the music stops. You're like, what? Like, it's so discombobulated. It really is. Like, it feels like they've just grabbed random things and just mashed it all together and then gone, yeah, that's all right. And the sad thing is, this is like close to a full price game. It's not full price, thank God, but it's close to it. In the UK here, you're looking at like £45 and it is not worth that. 15 quid full price. If this was like an indie game, fair enough, you know, like I would respect that. This isn't. This is Nacon charging 45 quid for this game. I mean, I pre-ordered it for 20 and I feel like I've been hard done by. Like, I feel like I need to get my money back. It's like that. And the sad thing is I've been really hyped for this, and it is based on the books. They've licensed this material. So Tolkien's estate have gone, yes, we want this game, whoever pitched it. And I bet they're now looking at it going, oh my God, this is shocking. Like, I don't even know where to start. And the hilarious thing is we've just had Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, right? Which is like running on a 7-watt handheld from freaking 2015, essentially, the chip inside it. And that game is an absolute masterpiece. And then you come to this, which is, you know, running on modern hardware. They're saying you need like a 4080 or 4090 to be using like ray tracing and stuff. Why? Like, I don't understand. The game is just ridiculous in terms of, like, you know, when you look at Tears of the Kingdom and then look at this, I know it's totally different, but you think, how could they do this to this game? Like, honestly, how could they do this? And the other thing is, there is load screens everywhere. There's just load screens after load screens. You walk like 10 foot to go into like a cart or whatever, then there's a load screen. And then you like go somewhere else, then there's a load screen. Or there's one bit where you go to sleep, right? It's for some reason you do like days in your prison cell to start with, and then you're like doing these days, you go to sleep and you've got to walk like 10 foot out and you get like marched out by the guards. It's like, I've literally just come from my bedroom. Like, once the cutscene bit stops, which is basically another load screen, you can look back and you've gone like, I just came from there. Like, I'm not actually doing anything. Why was that even relevant? It's so random. This game is so incredibly random, and I feel like really sad for it because this could have been incredible. Lord of the Rings is massive. They could have done something really cool. I remember the old games back on like the PS2 and stuff, like Twin Towers and all that. I loved those games. I absolutely loved them. And this is one of the biggest disappointments I've had in recent gaming history. And there's been some games that have been outright broken, and I've probably still enjoyed playing them more than I've been enjoying playing this. And I feel like I don't want to continue playing it, which is sad because I do want to continue playing it just to see if it gets better, but I know it won't. So yeah, there's not really much else for me to say. It just feels like a demo. This feels like a tech demo that should be only available for the developers to play as a presentation to then make this game. That's what this feels like. This feels like they should be in a boardroom playing this to say this is the demo of something we will remake from the ground up, but here's like a tester to see if you think it's a good idea. That is what this game feels like. And yeah, it's not worth the money at all whatsoever. And sadly, it's just not fun. It's not fun. It is very slow. It is random, like, because of the music and everything that's happening. The quests are so weird. You have to, like, talk to yourself, which I get it, like Gollum and Smeagol. Yeah, cool, you have this internal kind of battle, but it's just weird. Like, I don't know. It feels, like I said earlier, that they just grabbed all these different things and then crammed them into one and then got, like, I don't know, young people working in a games development course to kind of smash it all together, and that is how it feels. It shouldn't be released like this. They should have delayed it for another 5 years and done a Metroid Prime 4 and just scrapped it and started again. Oh, and if you wanted Steam Deck advice, just stick everything on low. Don't use FSR unless you want to get above around 30 FPS. It looks terrible on the Steam Deck unless you keep it all on low with no FSR. Then it looks all right. But with FSR, it just looks like a blurry mess. And yeah, it runs okay. You can play the game on the Steam Deck, but you don't want to be playing the game anyway. So there we go. Hopefully, you've been fortunate enough not to pre-order this game. Don't waste your money on this game. Just don't do it. And well, there you go. If you've enjoyed this video, well, then go down there, subscribe, check out another video from me and AJ over on our podcast channel, which you can go over there and watch one of our videos there. And then check out another video from me over here. And I'll see you in the next one. So thanks for watching.